Standard policy has about 15, 16 areas that the carrier is going to provide limits of coverage for. And that limit is going to be based on limits going to be based on an analysis of what you've done proactively and how that looks on a risk scale. As an example, we were working on a risk analysis for a Northwest customer up here, a restaurant chain, and they outsource all of their PCI DSS risk to another company who does cash transaction and order taking and customer data acquisition and customer data acquisition and protection. So we did some analysis on the risk of their public web presence, and this company who said they were PCI DSS compliant and was accepting all these cash transactions and brokering all this customer data. So we took a look at that and found out that the protections being offered by their PCI DSS transaction broker were pretty weak. And when the insurance company looked at them, they had a similar opinion. So the insurance company recommended that they would sell them $2 million in coverage. But last year in 2022, the average settlement cost for a PCI DSS break-in was $145 million on average. So I mean, that means
$2 million is like a drop in the bucket if there was a real breach.
Right. So the insurance company is taking a look at what you've done, saying, okay, the risk of this happening is extremely high. Do we want to accept the risk and pay out $154 million, or do we want the business to do it, or do we want them to ask us why it's so low?